Hey, it's been a minute, huh? I kind of had to pick up and leave for a few months. I'm trying to get back into YouTube, and more importantly, I wrapped on my first spec ad called Be Brave. I'm going to talk about how we made it. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about the making of Be Brave. Project that focuses on mental health within the military, and it's my entry for the 2023 Music Bed Challenge. First things first, the concept. Throughout my life, mental health, suicide awareness, behavior health, I'm a huge advocate for it. So that's what inspired me to make this 1 minute and 20-second ad about a guy who seems like a very fit and strong military type individual, and would also seem like the kind of guy that rather than ask for a professional's help or seek a therapist or anything like that he would rather just be a big strong man, and through his friends, his families, his coping mechanisms, his exercising and all these other things, that's how he heals. But now we're in a moment where he has to confront his own mental health. I originally had this idea of renting an Arri Alexa or an Amira, maybe getting some Cook lenses, really beautifying this thing. But as I'm in this school, I have also kind of been preaching the best camera is the camera you own. And I own Big Bertha Ursa back there in a Blackmagic Pocket. I would say 98% of this whole thing was shot with the Ursa Mini Pro G2 on a Sigma 18-35, no filtration. There was no Promis filter, no anamorphic trickery, no glimmer glass, no nothing like that. Just the lens and the camera sensor. Now I own a couple lights now, but for the sake of moving around, we didn't even use lights. We just shot this whole thing on natural light and good timing and keeping our eye on the weather so that when me and my crew looked outside and we saw a good scenario, we knew time to go. I'd say the last 2% of this film, however, specifically the shot that I would say is the most important shot of the whole film, was on a Helios 44-2, which is a 58mm equivalent. It's an old style Soviet lens that kind of gives a little more softness and a little more character to the image, and the reverse shot of that was also with that Helios. But even then, I did like shooting the rest of it on the Sigma because yes, the Sigmas are a pretty clean lens. They don't have a lot of character. They're very sharp and they're very what you see is what you get type of deal. But in the editing process and the coloring process, I really enjoy lenses that kind of give me that flexibility in post. I can go hard on the color grade rather than have a baked in look. The cinematography. As I stated, this entire film was shot with natural light in the utilization of our locations to get the look. As I spoke in a previous video before, I dig me some natural light. So it was too easy to look at locations and be like, this would be sick. Oh, that's some, Jesus. Hey yo, we might have some scary ass wind through the rest of this video. But for example, the scene with the letter. I knew there was a window. I knew I could post up our actor right against it, get an excellent look, an excellent framing. Boom, done and done. No need for any extra diffusion, no need to get an extra light in there. And of course, all those fast moving exercise scenes, we just picked really good days where the sunset had a little bit of character with the clouds, and then we kept shooting until basically Blue Hour was done with. And I love me some Blue Hour. That's when I wanted to get more of the scenes where it's not as active, so rather than the exercises happening, I wanted the already set sun to drive a lot of the emotional states. And what is personally my favorite shots in the whole thing, this little moment where he reunites with his loved one. Oh yeah, that was good soup. It was both an intense time frame, but you know, we're waiting for the sun to go down. So sometimes we were just big chilling, smoking and joking, or hooping around to varying success. Now the scene that took the most legwork, the mirror scene. Me and a couple friends from the class I'm in, we already were renting this B&B because, you know, it was party time. It was St. Patty's Day weekend. We were gonna get a B&B. But I also kept in the back of my head that I wanted to find a location that was gonna offer me a great lighting scheme so that I didn't have to worry about the gear and I could just get into a location and shoot. And lo and behold, we found this awesome freaking Airbnb, super dope spot. And the master bedroom had this perfect window layout, where you had 3 windows acting as a very strong key light, filling out the rest of the room, evening out the shadows a little bit, and then we had hard light from the sun coming through this back window right behind our main actor's head, acting as this nice hard edge. It's exactly the kind of dynamic lighting I want, where the shadows aren't crazy dark. And then of course, the only dollars I spent was on this $40 Amazon mirror. And who would have thought that I would have had to watch 4 grown men trying to figure out how to crack the cheapest mirror I could find on Amazon.
What the f?
Is this a balcony? There we go.
Okay, that'll have to
That's
work.
actually not bad.
That'll have to
That'll
work,
work.
and we're gonna find a vacuum.
Yes.
I was able to fill out the rest of the sound design throughout the entire film because everything, and I mean everything in this film, is MOS. There is no nat sound, there is no sound collected, there was no sound crew or sound engineer, no. Everything in this film are sound design elements to replace mitted out sound. Also, massive shout out to my friend James Thomas and Jadarius Duncan in rocking my B-cam right here, the Pocket 6K, and getting some absolutely sweet BTS footage with my Soviet lenses because I was using the Sigmas. And that about does it for what it took to make this film. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing it, so I think I'm gonna try to sneak in a couple more spec ads while I'm here at this school because they're easy, they're fun, great resume boosters, and Papa needs a new film reel. So thank you for watching. My bad on making y'all wait a hot minute for a new video, but I think I'm back in the swing of things. Gonna try to get back to posting once a week. Regardless, I thank you for the continuous support, the love y'all have for this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. And I promise you won't wait too long for the next one. All right, see ya.